With its 5th entry, the Forza Motorsport series has, perhaps for the first time ever, experienced a bit of turbulence. Due to its mixed perception, fans weren't exactly thrilled with the direction the series was heading. Could many of the game's issues be excused because of its console launch title release? Or was it actually the beginning of the series' downfall? 2 years later, fans would get their answer in the form of Forza Motorsport 6, once again released exclusively on the Xbox One in 2015. It would boast a lot more content than its predecessor, with more cars and tracks, as well as the introduction of night races and weather. As the main complaint with Forza 5 used to be the lack of content, it seemed like everything was looking dandy for Forza 6. And looking at community sentiment, many would consider Forza Motorsport 6 as the best game out of the Xbox One era of the franchise. So once again, I wanted to see if there was some truth to it. I wanted to see if Forza 6 was really the improvement people heralded to be. And without giving too much away, what I found was honestly kind of disappointing. While it's true that there is more content to find in Forza Motorsport 6, it's this game that taught me that content isn't everything. What I found is that the 6th entry wasn't actually the savior of the franchise I was hoping it'd be, but instead a sign of things to come. Oh! Fuck.
Okay, who left the intro in?
Wasn't that just the next part of the
No
video?
one wants to see that shit.
What else do we put? The opening cutscene?
Oh.
Why do we race? Is it to prove how fast we are? To test our beliefs? To be part of something greater? To face fear? To know sacrifice? There is no simple answer to why we race. There is only the fact that we always will.
I really enjoy these like larger than life introductions. They might be a little bit pretentious, admittedly.
I'm here to give you your first look and first drive of the spectacular 2017 Ford GT on the colorful streets of Brazil's marvelous city.
We're in Brazil, let's go. Actually, now that I think about it, didn't the first Forza Motorsport 1, didn't it have a track in Brazil? Starting in the cockpit view without any HUDs, that's very typical. You can tell a lot of trend style with Forza Motorsport 4. Like these openings, these, you know, introduction races where you're just in the cockpit with no HUD. And I immediately wrecked the car. Nice. Well, so far so good. Looks decent, runs pretty well. Because that's like the thing with Forza, right? Even the Horizon series, no matter how hated these games are, you can't deny the driving is always at least solid, right? I can't point to a single Forza game where I'd say, man, driving in that game was complete garbage. Man, there's so many assists on the car though, god damn it. This looks great, this is a great track. And I really wonder how much they expanded the content, because it was one of the main problems with Forza Motorsport 5. It's just that it didn't really have enough content. Like the car list was very slim, the track list was even slimmer. It was kind of made up by the fact that everything was like very lively and very detailed and everything. But at the end of the day, you know, it was not enough for a game of this caliber. So I full well expect this to just be like a more expanded, grander version of the previous game, which I think I might be pretty fine with. We'll see. Stop braking! You can go flat out here, man. That is not me braking. That's the AI.
Your career spans 5 different volumes, each built around a different type of car passion. From hot hatchbacks and vintage sports cars to grand touring cars and formula racers, you will drive and collect the greatest cars in the world.
Where are my economy shitboxes?
All these cars have been upgraded to be evenly matched, so choose the one that speaks to you, and we'll get started.
Forza, stop automatically upgrading my cars. I mean, for the first race, I guess I'll take it. Okay, so what do we have? Volkswagen Golf R, Honda S2000 CR. Oh, they always only use this one, man, not the regular one. Ooh, we can start at 22B, RX-7, and Toyota GT86. Now, those are some good cars to start with. Very nice. I find it funny that it's basically like 4 Japanese cars and 1 German car. Like in terms of variety, I don't know, man. Especially like this one's front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, and rear-wheel drive. I mean, you get like a little bit of everything in terms of drivetrain types, but at least like 1 American car would have been nice, I'd say. It's not the best starter car selection, I'll say that much. Oh, this one's all-wheel drive. Okay, so we don't actually have a front-wheel drive car in the beginning. True, you're right. This one's all-wheel drive. I think I'm gonna go with the GT86. Kind of in the mood for this one right now.
Powered by Drivatar technology, each driver is as unique and competitive as the players who trained them.
Whoa, hello. Why did you swerve into me, man? I'll do 24 drivers. I'm not sure if Forza 5 had this many drivers. That's kind of nice. Having this many drivers participate in a race is pretty exciting. I find it really funny that that he was just praising the Drivatar system. In the very first race, we can already see like one gaping flaw with this goddamn system. But we have just this one driver that, for whatever reason, is able to put up a huge gap. What is he even driving? He's driving a Punto! How the fuck? That's what I keep saying, man. This Drivatar system is nonsense. It is actually no way. It's actually not better than just regular AI. I swear to God. Alright. Affinity level made it back too. I wonder what you get this time. I'm thinking in Motorsport 5 they changed it so you just get like a little bit of credits, which is like cool, I guess. We haven't had any night races in the Forza series. It was kinda overdue, if you ask me. Mods. Guessing there's not community mods. But with this we get 6% extra grip and 6% extra grip on the Yas Marina specifically. Makes sense. I mean, I don't think we have any other mods, so we can just leave it as is right now. Okay, you can buy it with credits. Okay. You can buy this with credits. I was about to complain about microtransactions. You can buy this with credits too. Okay. Good to know. Yeah, this looks nice. I'm surprised it took them this long to implement night races. Like at the earliest, I feel like they could have already implemented them in Motorsport 3 and 4. 5 not having it, despite having such low amount of tracks, is kind of... Well, that in hindsight is very disappointing. But yeah, at least they're finally here. Night stages. It does add a lot of variety. Having different times of day. Ow. I'm sorry, Golf. Oh god. I love Yas Marina. It's such a good track. It's such a good track. See, even the AI agrees.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine.
Yeah, dude, the braking line is absolutely lying to you, man. If you stick to exactly what the driving line says, you are fucked, man. But hey, maybe the brakes on this thing are just that bad. I mean, it is auto upgraded. And we all know how bad the auto upgrades are in this game, or in this series in general. So I guess that's no surprise to the brakes on this thing. Does this thing even have brakes? And once again, it's M. Rossi and his goddamn Punto, man. Are the cracks already starting to show here? Oh no. We'll see. Gamba time! Let's go. Ah, okay, it does that, okay. Ah. So close, dude. So close to getting a Veyron in the beginning. How pog would that have been, man? Circuit of the Americas. I remember this track from F1. Yo, look at that. we got some great drivers in here. This could be an online race, man. So now I don't have the... Actually, now I only have 6% grip, not 12% extra grip. I genuinely can feel difference. Like, maybe at like higher values, you might be able to tell the difference, but so far, not really. But yeah, I gotta like say, and this is probably not much of a surprise, but the racing itself is actually great. Like, just like in Motorsport 5, the tracks feel extremely alive. And now they look even better. Camera has been slightly adjusted, so I have like a little bit more oversight of the track as well. Like, once again, and also like the cars, you know, they feel properly weighty. I feel like it could have maybe like a little bit more grip, but it might be the setup of the car. But so far so good, driving-wise. Can't really complain. Okay, so what do we get for leveling up? Okay, so once again, you just got money. Still don't know what I prefer. I think having discounts for like a manufacturer feels a little bit more special than just having a few credits thrown in your face, because you get credits from everything, essentially. So I think I still prefer the way it worked before.
Welcome to the Super Street volume. Let's learn more about the cars of Super Street.
For most of us, our first, and sometimes only, taste of racing comes on the streets, where you race your mates between stoplights. We do this in the very first cars we owned.
I think someone forgot to load in the textures.
Then we fiddled with the engines and the suspension until they went faster. and added stripes and stickers so they looked faster too. They aren't the most expensive, and they won't win every drag race. But they all prove one thing. You don't need $1 million to have a car with a big heart.
Are there no more Top Gear integrations? Because I think that gave Motorsport 4 and 5 like a lot of character. Is that not a thing anymore? Our current car is eligible for this one, so we wouldn't actually need to buy something new, but I think I'd rather buy something new.
The 60s and 70s were all about experimentation.
That explains my question.
Were no different.
Of course, James Mayen had something to say about classic cars. I see all of these are auto-upgraded. I'm not sure if I can buy these myself, because once again, I'm not a fan of this. I'd rather upgrade them myself. Like, sure, it's possible, like, you can still buy cars and upgrade them yourself. My point is that it's just really tedious here. Let's go with RX3, man. When's the next time you can get that one? Let's see, do we have any, like, anime designs? No, surprisingly not. I guess this car's too old for weeps. Expert passing. Wait, what's this? Earn 1000 credits for perfect passes up to... Ah, that's actually kind of nice. That's something I always hope for. Like, you have, like, all of these actions that the game tracks. Like good corners, good passes, that kind of stuff. But you don't really get anything from it. I feel like this shouldn't be a mod. This should just be like there. But I think so far, first impressions. I mean, I think going from Forza Motorsport 4 to 5 had a bit more of that wow effect, right? Like the graphical glow up was pretty huge. You don't really get it here. But so far, I feel like the driving is better. Congratulations, you beat James Miata. Dude, is that my editor? Get fucked. Yeah, I think I might be upping the difficulty. It's still on highly skilled. I think we might increase it to expert. I think I would prefer this over the shift games. Janstick. I have a soft spot for the shift games, but I think these are just better. This time they actually only give me shit boxes. Like, all I see is Clio, Mazda 3, a Fiat, a Fiesta. Dude, unless I get the million. Yeah, let's go! And there goes the progression. There goes the progression. Goodbye. Oh, man. Let's buy that Bugatti, boys. So I want to waste all of my money because I feel like otherwise I'm just going to break the progression. I'm just going to take that 1 million as a sign for me to just buy something cool. I kind of want to buy this. Not gonna lie. That one's also kind of nice. I gotta admit. It's the cover car from Shift. You could buy the cover car right away. I think that's kind of fitting. Let's just buy the cover car. That is record time. Record time for that achievement. Nobody has ever gotten that achievement as fast as I did. Nobody. That is actually record time.
The Ford GT represents a legacy of racing stretching back half a century. The formula follows cues from the first GT40. 1 part lightness, 1 part durability, and a whole lot of power.
I gotta say, one of my favorite supercars that released in recent years. I really like this one. I think the previous Forza games also didn't have weather, right? So they introduced both rain and night racing with this one. That's pretty nice. Oh my god! Okay, hello. But I think in terms of rain effects, nothing will ever beat Drive Club. May not be like realistic and might have been a bit over the top, but I think that's what made it so good. It's still a little bit easy. Oh, hello. I think it's a pretty cool implementation of rain. Like in most racing games, it's just like you have less grip. And like, sure, that's fine. But here they actually like put several spots of like puddles that you have to be really careful of. I think it does make these rain races feel quite a bit different. It's almost more like an obstacle run. But just to reiterate, once again, like I think stuff like rain and night should have already been in Motorsport 5. I think that's primarily what made Motorsport 5 feel so underwhelming. I think if it had night stages and, you know, rain, I think people would have been a lot more forgiving when it came to that game. It's obviously always easy to say, well, this should have been in the game and this should have been in the game. It's always easy to say that. At the end of the day, games can always have more. But if I think about like the step to a new console generation, to like a new engine, etc., etc., that's kinda what I would expect. That is new. Hello, man.
The motorsport pyramid is rocky and steep, and very few drivers make it to the very top. Only they know what it's like to race at Le Mans, or Indianapolis, or Bathurst, in cars tailor-made for the occasion. In these showcases, you can get one step closer to experiencing these races, and glimpse into the life of a professional racing driver.
Alright, cool. That's pretty fun. That they let you try out, like, different cars that you would only unlock super late. I always like when games do that. You know, Burnout does it too. Starting with the wheel spin, great idea. Jesus Christ, that's fast. Oh, let's go. 7 laps. I really should increase the difficulty. I always forget about it because I do so much stuff in between races. Long Beach. That's always cramped. Although I remember the opponents were always really difficult in Long Beach. They were way faster. So I think for this race, I'll still keep it on highly skilled. I wouldn't mind this track too much. But cramming 24 cars on this track is just not a good idea. It just isn't. Ha! Big Jake, get fucked! They're not as overpowered anymore as I remember them. I remember that being a problem on both FM5 and 7, so I just assumed it's a problem here too. I think my only complaint so far, and this might not necessarily apply like an hour or two from now, I don't really get that sense of freedom. It's kind of weird to say out loud, but I kind of like it when a game is just like, okay, well, here's a bunch of cars you can buy, here's a bunch of events you can enter, go ham, unlock stuff, buy stuff, have fun. Like this feels very like catered so far. Like it's all like very like chronologic. Like, okay, now you do this race, now you do this race, now you do this race. Instead of actually like choosing which race you want to do. But so far this feels like very like linear. I think in terms of visuals, one thing they massively improved is the over brightness. I think Motorsport 5 looked good, but the lighting was a little bit too aggressive. Like, especially like on this track here. But I really truly don't understand why some people think that Forza doesn't have good original tracks. Like this one and Rio, which is like the first track we drove here. I think they were both fantastic, man. But yeah, all in all, it's a very good looking game. Thing is, I have Forza Motorsport 7 a bit dull looking in mind. From what I remember, it looked a lot more dull in terms of colors and everything. So this might actually be the best looking Forza game.
Congratulations. You have completed the Super Street Challenger series.
But this time I want to build my own car. But like, here's once again like the thing, like you can buy a car here, but they're all auto upgraded. You can buy these cars yourself in the dealership and upgrade them yourself. It's just really annoying. That is like my main complaint, that they make this like extremely obtrusive. But I can basically look at any of these and then I have to go to the dealership, buy that car and then upgrade it and then put it in here. Top Gear Edition, guys. Top Gear Edition Astra. I'm really in the mood for that, for this WX Impreza. Let's buy that one. So I have to back out all the way and buy it myself, because I do not want the game to upgrade the car for me, because it sucks otherwise. But that's how most people play the game, right? That's like the other thing. It's not like the game actually incentivizes or encourages you to build stuff yourself. You get zero benefit from it. It's so weird, like, why this keeps taking a back seat. Like, I feel like Forza was like the customization and upgrading and tuning system was like the one thing that really set Forza apart from Gran Turismo. Now, your driving is fun, you have like lots of variety, so many tracks, day and night, rain, you know, so many cars, handling feels good, etc, etc, etc. Like the basics are all there, but just the way everything is like, you know, connected and woven together just doesn't really click with me so far. This game was peak sound design for Xbox One Forza. Is the sound as good anymore in 7? I don't really remember.
That's not something you need to worry about today, Dustin, as we are going to answer that question for you on this episode of Motorsport Mythbusters.
Okay, but why are we in the back of a Copen?
I don't know. Act now. Answer questions later. We got a video to show you. We can leave it to the comments to debate which one's better here. And I think that's about it for this episode of Motorsport Mythbusters for now. Signing off.
Dude, look at the smoke from the hot dog stand. Can I enter photo mode and show that off? Look at the smoke coming off that hot dog stand, man. What are they cooking in there? Dude, there's no one there! Are they cooking meth in there, dude? There's no smoke coming off these here. Dude, why is there 3 hot dog stands on this fucking area, man? Who needs 3 hot dog stands? It's all a cover up, man. Top Gear Showcase is probably exactly what I expect this to be. Nico, let's go bowling with micro cars.
Just because a car is slow doesn't mean it can't be a champion. Scramble to lead the pack while racing cars that are classic, rare, or just plain strange. These are the underdogs.
I thought we were doing bowling. I guess not. What a race, dude. Okay, so I guess bowling got scrapped. Well, at least the bowling still made it in. Yes, I really like the M4. It was, in my opinion, actually the last good car that BMW made. Especially doing this in the rain now is actually pretty nice. Like the low traction. Wait, where do I go? Makes this even better. Dude, we need to pass 102 minis. So like this, in my opinion, is the fun stuff. Whoa. Whoa. This is the fun stuff, right? But this is not really part of the main career. It's just something you can do on the side. I should have turned on traction control. Yeah, I'm gonna do this again with traction control. Holy crap, dude. Boom! Ah, 2 more? Okay, let's cut over here just to make sure. Actually, was a little bit closer. I only got 2 more than required. Okay, that was easily the most fun I've had in this game so far, and I don't think it's gonna get even better than this. Like, if I now want to do something else, I can't. Like, I'm forced to drive on the Nürburgring here. If I don't want to drive on the Nürburgring, if I don't like my car, tough luck. I can't just do other events and other championships. That doesn't really exist here. But I think it's games like these that are the reason why people don't take racing games seriously. Because this game, in my opinion, does absolutely nothing to be interesting towards for people that, you know, don't really like cars. And in fact, I would even argue it doesn't even do anything to be interesting, period. No decision making, no choices to make, nothing. It's just grind. Like, it's just grind to driving, you know? And it's just the mindlessness of it all that I think contributes to, like, people just not really taking racing games seriously. Because, like, outside of, like, the actual driving, this game does not have much to offer. I feel like everything this game does, I've already seen, but just done much better in other games. And next we have Sebring full. No, I don't want to do Sebring. I don't, like, what am I supposed to do? I don't want to do Sebring. If the game forces me to drive on a track I don't like, well, then I'll just have to stop playing the game then. Yeah, I think I'm kind of done with this game. I gotta admit, I did not like this game. I think this is like the first Forza where I genuinely can, with confidence, say I do not like this one.